Hello y'all. Fuck, it's been a hot minute. We're gonna be just like cooking some chicken. I'm doing some food prep. Oh my god, I need to take my pants off. It's hot. I was just outside with my dogs and one of my dogs, Pork Chop, refused to take a shit. I was like, I love you. Thank you so much for doing that. It's been a hot minute, guys. It's been a couple weeks. Like, for real. And honestly, I just wanted to like catch you guys up on what the fuck is going on, where I've been, what the fuck I've been doing. No one really gives a shit, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Also, welcome to Tiz and Pump YouTube, where we talking about whoa. Welcome to Tiz and Pump YouTube, y'all, where we talk about my experiences with mental health, with autism, mental health, addiction recovery, and becoming a baby bodybuilder.
I'ma keep winning. I'ma keep winning. I'ma keep winning. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself.
So basically right now I'm just prepping some chicken, and I'm gonna be cooking ground turkey as well for the week. And basically what I like to do with my chicken, not that anyone gives a fuck, but I brine it. So like I put probably, I would say 5 grams, 10 grams maybe of like Himalayan sea salt in a bowl with some warm water, mix it up, throw my chicken in there and leave it in there for like several hours, because I don't have a microwave. So basically what I do is I like prep all my meat once a week and then I just reheat it. But it's, I don't know, like my favorite way to be, because it just keeps it tender. And when you're reheating meat, it has the tendency, girly pop, to get all nasty. And I'm gonna show you the chicken here. It's giving chicken. So yeah, I like to pat her down. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about what the fuck has been going on with me, where I've been, what the fuck I've been up to. And just talk to you about kind of how like my relationship with food has evolved. I don't know, dude. And like, also, what the fuck? I've been doing powerlifting, so that's weird. And I just kind of wanted to like catch you guys up, tell you what the fuck has been going on. I don't know how long this video is. Maybe it's gonna be short. Hopefully it's gonna be short for you guys and for me for editing purposes, but to be determined. So basically, I've been fucking depressed. We've been done new. And that's why I haven't had any YouTube videos lately, because I've been fucking sad all the time and I haven't felt like filming. Basically what happened is around the beginning of November, or no, around mid-November, I got my first client and I started doing online fitness coaching. And she was like, oh, I want to not track macros. And I was like, amazing. I haven't done that successfully since I did my cut. And I was like curious. So I was like researching ways to do it, so I could best help her. And then I also just was like curious and I was like, maybe I could just try to eat intuitively, because, you know, a lot of this shit is very much self-taught and then me doing a shitload of research. So I started eating intuitively, and for 2 weeks it went so fucking well, because at the end of the day, I've been doing this for quite a while. I was on like a 10-month cut and I started like tracking macros, and I was like, this saved my life, because I had no idea that I was binge eating for like years, and I thought that I had recovered from my eating disorder. Baby girl was ever wrong. So the first 2 weeks of this went really well, and I'll explain why. I was able to start recognizing hunger cues, and my weight was not really fluctuating because I knew how much food I was consuming, and I was consuming the same food. And I was so used to weighing my food that I knew like kind of what portions to give myself. That being said, I made a grave error in judgment. Towards the end of November, I decided, stupidly, after getting a haircut, I think it was like my last real like vlog on here, to go and get stuff to make a charcuterie board. A huge mistake. While I was there, I picked up cookies and I think cupcakes. And I was like, wow, I'm going to treat myself. And it went great. I ate intuitively. But then I started eating off plan. And I did around 6 weeks in total, I think, of eating intuitively. But 4 weeks, I think, of that, now that I'm thinking about it, it was like around 4 weeks. I just went off the fucking rails, dude. And I was literally, I talked about this on my podcast last week. I was eating cupcakes and cookies like every fucking day. So many goddamn cookies and cupcakes. And I was doing it like in the name of fucking self-love, which was dumb. Like I was like, oh, I'm, you know, giving myself a break, nah. And to be fair, you know, like yes, but also no. And I had like this realization moment where I was actually talking to one of my clients. And she was talking about how she had been off plan for a few days. And then when she started feeling like shit. And then she started eating back on plan again. And she was like less inflamed. She was feeling good. And it kind of just hit me. So the thing is like, I know the importance of eating healthy food. And like, this is not to say, so here's the thing. When I eat more whole foods and less ultra processed foods, and I'm not saying that I don't eat processed foods, because I do, bitch. Like my fucking oat milk is processed, Ms. Girl. I eat a fucking, a protein bar every day, also processed. That being said, when I'm on plan and I'm eating mostly whole foods, I feel a lot better. Why is this? Well, probably a large percent of it is because serotonin, I think like 95%, I could be wrong. Anyway, serotonin is mainly produced in the gut. And I don't have a lot of serotonin to begin with. So my gut health was all fucked up. And the thing is bodybuilding has taught me to be very disciplined, and it's taught me a lot of lessons, and I'm fucking very thankful for it, because that discipline has kind of translated into every part of my life. So when I started eating like shit around 2 weeks into intuitive eating, that's when my training started going down the window. I started spending a shitload more time in bed. And I stopped with the whole content, and I was like really depressed, really suicidal, wanted to fucking die. And it was just like that. And I actually had Christmas plans, which I think I talked about on here as well. Oh my God, bitch, not this tendon being like, ah. Basically, I just went off the rails, and it was horrible. And I thought that eating intuitively for me was the answer, but it's not. I'm very BPD. I'm very black and white, all or nothing. And the thing is like, I have to weigh my food and I have to track it in order to be successful at this point in my life. And I felt a lot of confusion around bodybuilding because I started doing SBD. You know, I got an SBD belt for Christmas, which was so cool. And I, you know, built myself a new plan. It's a full body plan. And at the start of every day, I have compound SBD movements. And I was really scared to go to the powerlifting side of my gym, because my gym is separated into like two sides. One is bodybuilding and one's powerlifting. And I was scared as fuck for so long to go onto the powerlifting side. That being said, I ventured over there a couple months ago, and I've been like hooked. I've loved every second of it. It's been so fucking fun, and it's just been lit. I also had some realizations about bodybuilding too. Like, the thing is that I was talking about it for a bit, and I was like, you know, maybe I'll hop on a cycle. Like, and I had said for the longest time, I really didn't want to go on a cycle because I'm a fucking addict and I'm in recovery. And for me, that would just jeopardize my sobriety. To be honest, that's me personally. I don't have an issue with people who cycle. It's just that for me, I just don't think that it was like the move. I don't think that it was the vibe. I had a moment, and like, I've been doing a lot of research, because honestly, like, the thing is like health and fitness has become kind of like an autistic special interest, that and content creation. And I was just kind of like doing a deep dive, and like, there are things that I already knew about bodybuilding, but it just kind of like confirmed my beliefs. And like, as much as I fucking hate having my period, I have it right now. Oh God. I don't really know if I can deal with the health risks associated with being deep in prep. And as much as I love the bodybuilder lifestyle and I intend to keep living it because I like the training, I like the discipline, I like the eating, I like that it's like a 24/7 sport, I don't know if I'm mentally prepared to step on a stage and be judged. And like the thing is you know, if I were to do it in like 3 years, I don't know really what I would be kind of going for. But since I'm very new on my journey, I would probably start with bikini. I'd like to grow into wellness. That being said, I don't know if the genetics are there for me for wellness. You know, you hear people talking about going into competitions and then, you know, they get feedback and they're like, well, I have to shrink my delts and I have to do this and I have to do that. Like I have to not work this one muscle group because, you know, that was my feedback. And also the thing is like when I'm really nervous, girl, I tick like a motherfucker. And I have a hard time with sensory issues. So I'd be like fucking on stage like this, probably with headphones on, fucking on stage for the first time, just like ticking, head jerking, like making weird noises. It's just not the fucking vibe for bodybuilding, you know? Like having a little disabled queen on the stage. It's just... The thing too is like autism is an invisible disability. So like people don't get it, you know? And I don't know. Things have been really hard recently. And when I stopped eating right, that's when everything started going downhill. So I'm making a huge effort to just like eat right again, because honestly it affects me in a huge way, and my training started going downhill. I also got really sick too, and I'm still recovering from that. It's really annoying. I fucking got COVID. I'm still congested as fuck. And so like I was sick, like real sick for a few days. I thought it was COVID. Tested myself for COVID. Got COVID for the first time at the end of 2023. Then a few days passed, I started feeling better. Tested negative. Still didn't feel right going to the gym. So I stayed away for another 3 or 4 days. I was out, I think, from the gym for like 10 days in total, bitch. It was fucking horrible. And when I went back, I was struggling hard, and I'm still struggling. It's also hard because I built myself a full body plan. And I've been doing the PPL split for probably 6 months now, I would say. I didn't really know what a split was a year ago, and I was just doing like 1 day upper, 1 day lower. And for the longest time, when I was doing upper and lower, bitch, I was training like 20 hours a week. I was talking to one of the bodybuilders at my gym about it today, actually. And like, I was overtraining like a motherfucker. And it wasn't good for me, girl. Like, it fucks up the gains, and like 20 hours a week of training is insane. Like 8 to 10, that makes a little more sense. But I don't know. I'm just in a weird stage. And like, I originally wanted to be a powerlifter, but I did like bodybuilding style training. So that's kind of what got me into it. But right now I'm in this kind of weird stage where I don't really know what I want to do. I do like training as a bodybuilder, and I like the bodybuilder lifestyle. So I'll continue with that. That being said, hello. Okay, come here. You want to be on camera? Say hi, Norman. Say hi. Hello, a boy. Okay. Okay. Anyway, shut the fuck up. I need to shut the fuck up and be quiet. I'm going to be editing this tomorrow. Like, why did I speak for so long? Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys an update. Next week, I'm going to try to do like a fun little vlog. I think we're going to end it here because honestly, I could just talk for 3 fucking hours. And usually I film on Saturday morning. It's Sunday night. So I have to edit this and get her out Monday. Whew, so yeah, honestly, the thing is I appreciate your patience because it's been a weird time for me personally, but now that I'm back on track and I'm like eating on a plan, I'm feeling a lot better. And I'm like spending less time in bed because honestly, I spent like a good 2 months in bed. It was horrible. I was really depressed, and I finally just like had a day last week where I was super suicidal. And usually when I am at a point where I'm having like a mental breakdown and I'm super suicidal, I get to this point where I'm like catatonic, and the only way I can reset myself is through sleep. But I had a fucking moment. I don't know what happened or like what clicked inside my head, but I was like, am I manic? Like, what's going on right now? And I just started feeling better. And then that night, I made myself a voice note, and I set a reminder on my phone to listen to the voice note. And I was like, I need to go for a walk in the forest, because my sleep was also fucked. So I started programming myself to get up earlier. And by doing that, I was like going through walks in the forest. So I was like, I need to fucking go for a walk in the forest. The next morning I woke up. I did not want to go for a fucking walk in the forest, but I went anyway. And I like made myself a little voice note. And I was like, Allison, listen, I know it's been fucking hard. You've been having a really rough time, a rough go, but you're in the forest right now. Life is good. You can do this. Like, it's gonna be okay. You will be successful, but like, you need to fucking do shit you don't want to do. Like, you need to be disciplined again, because when you're disciplined, you get shit done. And like, what I've come to learn is the reason that I'm so fucking anxious all the time is because I'm not doing anything. Well, in the past month specifically. In the past 6 months, I've been fucking waking up early every single day and getting shit done all day, like working, doing content creation, like just kind of working on my business for like 10 hours a day every single day. And I was fucking grinding hard. That being said, I burnt myself out like a motherfucker, but I took some time to recover, spent a lot of time in bed, and I've been training myself to be more disciplined inside, but mostly outside of the gym. So I don't really know what we're gonna do next week, but I'm gonna ask y'all about it. And yeah, I just appreciate your patience. I appreciate new people that are watching this. If you got to the end, I don't know why you're here, but I appreciate you. This is kind of like a, sorry, my dogs are psychotic. This is kind of like a more boring YouTube, but I just appreciate you guys so much. It's been like a really weird journey in the past like 6 months, but I feel like, you know, with my relationship with food, it's improving, but it's hard. Like what I do fully realize is I am still in eating disorder recovery. I am not recovered yet. And another thing is that like healing is not a linear process. Recovery is not a linear process. And you slip sometimes. Like I slip, I binge, I go off plan. But what I realized for me as someone who's borderline and who's super black and white is like, I need to track shit. And I need to eat whole foods, mostly whole foods, like more whole foods and less ultra processed foods, and I need to track things. And that's what I need to do at this stage in my life right now in order to be successful. Also, I don't know if I can talk about this. I don't think I can talk about it actually. Yeah. I can't like actually talk about it, but that's okay. Also, like something cool that did happen is for the longest time, I've been fucking obsessed with the supplement company, Beyond Yourself, Superset. And I've been taking this for a really long time. And I wanted to partner with them for the longest time because I actually believe in their products and they're third-party tested, which is a huge thing for me supplements-wise. And that happened at the start of January. So I'm really excited because I did get a code for raw nutrition, but honestly, like anyone can get a code for raw nutrition. You don't really have to do anything for it. And they don't give you free products. You just get a code and you can get commissions on it. So that's like exciting. I don't know. This YouTube is kind of shit. My mom's going to watch this. She's going to get to the end. She's going to be like, wasn't my favorite. And I'm going to be like, well, you have a point there, Sister Queen. Anyway, the whole point of kind of this YouTube was basically just kind of to get back into the swing of things, give you guys kind of like a little life update, and just like ease myself back into the process. Cause like, honestly, the thought of making YouTubes, although I do love them, was just like really scary to me for some reason. So this is me easing, shut the fuck up, you bitch. This is me easing myself back into it. Anyway, I appreciate your patience. Thank you for watching. And that's it, bitch. That's the fucking YouTube. And next week is going to be like a more cute moment, I'm hoping. Anyway, I'm going to cook this and then cook my turkey and do a bunch more shit. But I love y'all. Thank you for watching. And that's it. YouTube done. Slay.